What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan coming to you live from Boca Raton, Florida. And today I want to talk about the single most important key to improving your copywriting daily. And it isn't just about reading and writing, which is, usually the track that I go if you want to get incremental improvements in your copy, actually steady improvements in your copy. I do have 3 exercises. I can cut right to those right now, and it's read a piece of copy a day, write a piece of copy a day, and come up with an idea a day. Now, in addition to these things, I have kind of discovered a new layer that I'm trying to add on top of that. And it has a lot to do with the videos that I've been filming recently about kind of becoming obsessed with like systems, processes, and habits, because I really want to turn the copy game up, at least for myself personally, and kind of go to that next level where, not to be like a cliche, but like to be a copy machine, right? To basically be able to write copy that's always solid, at worst, and amazing in moments of inspiration and at best. You know what I mean? And so what I started, this idea comes from basically is this pile of notebooks that I have right here, what they mean for my copywriting process, how I use them to actually get gradually better every single day to the point where writing good copy, right? Good, baseline, decent copy is an automatic baseline behavior. Okay, and I can build on these lessons from a bunch of different books that I've been pitching and talking about and reading. One of them most recently was Atomic Habits by James Clear, and basically he kind of explained this one section that really stood out to me, and I love the way he explained it, was that your purpose of like building habits is to build like one foundational level. I think it was an Atomic Habits, but you build like one foundational level and that becomes autopilot. And then your next key thing to do is, now that you have that, it's become internalized, you move up to the next level and to the next level and to the next level. And for me, my recent thing is, how do we get to those next levels with copywriting? I know what new, easy, safe, and big is, right? From my book, Take Their Money, kylethewriter.com/book. It's a complete copywriting guide explaining the big 4 selling emotions. Those are your foundations. That's your baseline. If you can do that, you can pretty much spit copy at ad-lib it, But how do you do the thing where you take it to the next level and it's amazing? It blows people's socks off and it makes them really want to buy. And for these kinds of things, I've kind of been really looking into habits, systems, and processes. And this is the key. Right now I'm going to tell you what the key is. The key to having like increasingly progressively better copy, and the key to getting to those next levels. As far as I'm concerned, this is just one man's opinion. For me, that key is simply measurement. Okay, so if you're going to systematize and make something into a process where you can gradually improve it, you have to be able to measure and document. I think that's probably a better word, documentation. Anyway, one of the reasons that I said that nobody wants to help you is because you don't have a real problem yet. You can't optimize 0 is the problem. So what I've started doing is documenting everything. And I want to kind of go through that process of what my documentation things look like and what they are, what they're built out of, and how I'm tracking everything, and how I'm gradually, day by day, improving upon these items. So one thing, first and foremost, my little idea book. This is exactly what it sounds like. When I have little ideas, I jot them down in here. This is specifically for a certain type of idea, like a little flash, like, oh, this would be like a cool like topic to talk about in a live. This would be like a cool, very almost like vague general stuff, like big picture items. But I have it very small, it's easy to carry around, and this goes in my backpack. All this stuff I'm about to show you is inside my backpack. This helps me keep track of those like aha moments before they get away from me. And so that one's very important. That's the ideal one. These are more of the document ones that I'm about to show you in a second. So this is my Kajabi Hero guide or book. This is an actual journal. I got this for hitting like 10,000 in sales, I think it was. Or maybe it was my first 1,000 in sales for Kajabi, which is the membership where I host the Copy Squad Inner Circle, help people out with their copy. If you want to check that out, kylethewriter.com/squad. And inside here, I am doing a daily log of journaling of what my day is going like. Now, I don't just journal anything. Let me tell you what I am specifically looking for. Okay, so journal, or what I'm journaling about. So every day I have a couple things here that I want to try to accomplish and get done. And I'm trying to create a routine, and the purpose of a routine is if I can optimize the routine, then I can get better every day. But you can't get better if you don't have a routine. That's the really big important point, okay? So step 1, I try to wake up at 6:20 a.m. So I just put, this is on my whiteboard in my kitchen, so I can check this stuff off whenever it happens or at the end of the day. Step 2, I want to try to get to the gym every single day. Step 3, I want to write. Step 4, I want to read. Step 5, I want to go live. Step 6, I want to track my macronutrients every day. So it's like calorie counting for me. So this is on my whiteboard in my kitchen so I can see it every single day. And then I will put like a check mark every time I do one of these things. And then above this, I have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then under that, I have a tally. All right, so I can see when I'm doing this, and I want to try to hit 5 out of 7 days. So this is the reason I'm going live right now, is because I actually did miss Wednesday and Thursday because I was traveling. I was in DC for a little bit and I wasn't able to do these things. The purpose is, this is to keep me honest. One of the things that he said in Atomic Habits is never miss twice. Now, I think it's okay to take 2 days off in a row because it's sort of like a weekend, and I did here on Wednesday and Thursday, I wasn't able to do it, but never miss twice. So I'm not going to miss, let's just say, a third time. And so I know that I've missed. I want to get this tally on Friday, so I have to be able to get at least 4 of these things, right? If I can't get up and get to the gym, I have to get 4 out of 6, okay? These are all arbitrary things, and I think it's really important that I show you how arbitrary and messy this is, because I can't optimize till I have some stupid arbitrary rule, and then I can tweak it and I can adjust it. Now what do? In here, I record basically my experience for each of these 6 things and nothing else. These are the things that move the needle in my life. Something that I did change from the time I started this was this used to be read and this used to be write. But what I found upon journaling is that whenever I read before I write, it seems to be harder to get myself to sit down and start writing because there's like a lull in between reading and writing. So I changed it, and it's because I monitored and was tracking those things. I changed reading to go after writing. Sit down and write as soon as I go to the gym. I wake up, go to the gym, don't check messages, don't check emails, I don't look at any, talk to anybody, do anything like that. I just come back and then I start writing. And I found that if I optimize my day so that I can get to writing as quickly as possible and keep my mind as free and open without distractions from messages, emails, etc., I can actually get more done writing. Again, I'm writing down ideas in my little pad here so that I have ideas at arm's length. Like I need an idea, I need something to think about. I reach out and I grab this. Or I need something I can use. Reach out and grab this, or I review this every once in a while. The journal. I just write down about these 6 things in this little journal every day. Okay, now I'm niching down further and further and further. Now, when I read and when I write, I have another journal. This is the Perfect Promo Formula book. They gave us this in Copy Camp for Agora Financial. Really simple stuff. It comes back to the read a piece of copy, write a piece of copy, come up with an idea day. It follows that framework, and I just record it. My idea for the day is blank. Number 1 takeaway from the promo I read, so I had to read something, is blank. Number 1 thing I learned from writing a page a day is blank. And something I noticed when I was traveling, I skipped a date, but I wasn't able to really sit down and write because I need focus and quiet, and I can see that big blank on the page staring me in the face because I didn't write that day. Just like I can see when I don't get those tallies on my whiteboard, I can see the missed action. And I think the fact of giving it physical appearance where I can see that I missed, I can see that I didn't do the thing that I was supposed to do, I have that accountability here. Neither here nor there. Okay, here's another random notepad. This is exactly what it sounds like, a random notepad. So this is for like, oh crap, I need to write something down right now, and I don't really have anywhere to put it, so I just put it inside this guy. I used to have stuff like these notepads. So I used to do it, my old system was, I would do all the things that I just showed you, they would all be on one of these legal pads, and I would just fill it up every day, and then that's where I kept everything. But I think this is a lot more, it seems inefficient because this is a lot more messy, but I think it's more efficient. What this notepad is I'm holding in front of you is when I decide to write down like a lead from a promo, and I just try to figure out patterns and trends, and like the highlight will mark when the mechanism or big promise kind of gets mentioned. This is where I store all that stuff. Like I want to see how they introduced it, what point of the promo they do it, and then I take my blue pen and I mark it up to kind of like pull out what it is they're doing when they're using new, easy, safe, and big. The last book I have is my date book. Okay, so this keeps me on top of all my traveling appointments, calls, stuff like that. So all of this stuff goes into my backpack. Like this is how I keep my thoughts organized. I got a lot of thoughts I need to organize. And the key to it is documentation, okay? So this all comes down to one thing. Key to improving your copywriting is documentation. I think the key to improving pretty much anything is straight up documentation. Writing down what you're writing down, right? And then analyzing it. So for me, it has been putting everything down on the page. I think what's one that's been especially helpful is this one, which I said is the one I use to monitor like my daily activities that I'm trying to accomplish each day and how successful I am at reaching them. Because if I'm not hitting them every day, then something's wrong with either my environment or my goal. I need to change the environment to make it easier to hit that, or I need to get rid of something that makes it easier to hit that, or I need to adjust that goal where it makes more sense. Again, the big point is you can't optimize zero. You can't optimize a routine if you don't have a routine. You can't optimize your processes if you don't have a process. So what I've been trying to illustrate is, yes, my process is a little bit sloppy. It's kind of new. I kind of started at the beginning of August with all of this, but I can tell I'm getting better. I can see the difference, the improvements. I can see that I'm cognizantly aware of these things now. The reason I'm live right now is because I have a documented process. I have a whiteboard in my kitchen where I can see when I do not do the things that I'm supposed to do, and I have a visual accountability tracker like that. And again, tracking. And the tracking doesn't have to last forever. Maybe it will, but the point of the tracking is to internalize and automate these things so that they become second nature to me. And then once they do, I can try to improve upon these goals or add new things or switch out things that aren't working, right? Does that make sense? I hope this is helpful. It's sort of about copy, it's sort of about life, it's sort of about management. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this was very helpful. If you would like more close contact with your boy, seeing stuff like my sales letter breakdowns and getting on our bi-weekly conference calls, it's at Copy Squad Inner Circle, kylethewriter.com/squad. You should check it out. I think that would be pretty neat. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm signing off now. Peace out, Copy Squad.